Good morning. Welcome. My name is Kevin Key. I'm the project director of the Ontario Augmented Reality Network and the organizer of this conference, and I'm delighted you're here. Thanks for coming. And thanks too for your patience. As some of you know, there was an 11-car pileup on the Don Valley Parkway, and so we were getting these desperate texts. Please hold off, I really want to hear Bruce. And so there are a few people still yet to dribble in, but we didn't want to go any longer. We wanted to get this ball rolling. I was sick this week, and I thought about sending someone else to give these opening introductions, because, let's be honest, no one ever remembers the guy who gives the opening comment. But then I remembered the story of Professor Feynman. Professor Feynman at Cornell University was an esteemed scholar, a nuclear physicist back in the 1960s. And Cornell was so proud of him that they gave him his own limo and his own chauffeur. And he would tour the campuses of New England with this chauffeur, giving his set pieces on relativity with the chauffeur tucked at the back of the room, reading. The time came when the chauffeur said, "Professor Feynman, I have heard your talk so many times. I think I could give it myself." And Professor Feynman said, "Fine, you give me your uniform. I'll give you my tweed sport jacket, and you give the talk." So at Princeton, the chauffeur shuffled to the front of the room, and he held forth on the theory of relativity for 40 minutes. Sat down to rapturous applause. The president of the university called for just one question. So a grad student stood up, and for 5 minutes, he launched into his own theory and then his own question. So the lecturer climbed wearily to his feet, and he said, "You know, that is the dumbest question on the theory of relativity that I have ever heard." He said, "In fact, it's so dumb, I'm going to ask my chauffeur at the back of the room to answer it." Asking questions is what the Ontario Augmented Reality Network is all about. And we believe that when it comes to AR, there's no such thing as a dumb question. And basically, the Ontario Augmented Reality Network is what you see here today. It's people getting together to figure out how to develop the best possible AR. And so our schedule for today, if you take a look at your brochure, is pretty simple and straightforward. We're going to have a keynote, and then after that, we're going to take a break, and it'll be a shortened break because of our delayed start. And then we're going to have two panels. The first on AR out of the box, and the second at AR at the cutting edge, moderated by Jean Becker and Helen Papagiannis. And then we're going to have lunch, and lunch is going to be served directly behind us here, and we're going to sit down and eat lunch here together. And then we're going to have about 2 45-minute sessions, and these are small group sessions. And the point of that is to give us an opportunity to network and to give you an opportunity to meet with certain key leaders in Augmented Reality Network to find out more about what they're doing. And what we're going to do is we're going to put slides up so that through lunch you can see who the different small group leaders are going to be, and then you can find them. And it's first come, first served. So we'll have 2 of those, 45 minutes, and then we'll switch and we'll do it again for 45 minutes. We'll have an afternoon break. And then Helen Papagiannis and Jean Becker, who are both world-class authorities on AR, are going to tell us about how we can move forward together, basically what our next steps are. I want to thank Bruce, I want to thank Helen, I want to thank Jean, I want to thank all the speakers who are going to be standing up front today. What's been really fun about organizing this is the kind of excitement and energy it's generated, and the opportunity to meet and get to know some of these people better. And I'm delighted that you're going to be able to hear them today. And I also want to wrap up by thanking specifically our sponsors. So specifically the Ontario Centres of Excellence, Engine, the Niagara Interactive Media Generator, and Brock University. And I also want to thank and call out Ad Dispatch, USEX, and CIMI, the Centre Imagerie Numérique et Média Interactive, for their support as well. And finally, and most importantly, I want to thank the Ontario Media Development Corporation, without whom the Ontario Augmented Reality Network and this day would not have been possible. So please join me in welcoming Kim Gibson, who's going to say a few words on behalf of the ODC.
I wanted to welcome everybody and say good morning to you. It is bright and early. This is an early day for me. And on behalf of the OMBC, I wanted to welcome everybody here today to the Ontario Augmented Reality Network Conference 2012, which is, Kevin did not point this out, is a sold-out event. Not only is it a sold-out event, it is also the largest AR conference in Canada. So congratulations on that. That's fabulous news. As Kevin indicated, my name is Kim Gibson. I am a program consultant for interactive digital media with the OMBC. And there are a few people, actually there's a lot of people in the room here who I don't know, which is unusual when I go to industry events because I go to a lot of them. So I don't know if everybody in the room knows who the OMBC is. Can I get a show of hands? Who's heard of the OMBC before? Okay, so most of you. It looks like it's about 50%. So there are a few people in the room who don't, which is great, because it's an opportunity for me to introduce the agency to you. So for those, that 50% of the room who don't know who the OMBC is, we are a provincial agency with the mandate to encourage development, job creation, and investment in Ontario's creative industries, and that includes both publishing, magazine publishing, film and TV production, music, and of course, interactive digital media. Well, we are very active in providing direct support to organizations and to companies to help grow businesses. We also provide support to events like this, like the Ontario Augmented Reality Network Conference. And we really believe that events like these help to ensure Ontario companies have access to the knowledge, to the skills, and to the networking opportunities in order to help them to grow their companies and to achieve success. Some of you may not be aware that this particular conference is actually part of a series of activities and events that were supported by the OMBC over the last year and a half, and that included, among other things, workshops in Toronto, St. Catharines, and London, and a mini conference that took place last summer. Also underway as part of this broader project are research activities around AR training and the formation of a network of companies and individuals involved and interested in the space. These activities are the results of the efforts of a large number of partners, including industry associations, academic institutions, and private sector companies. Kevin has mentioned some of those groups today in his remarks, and unfortunately, he's let me off the hook there. I don't have to go through that list and stumble and make mistakes and leave people out, because I will turn that honor over to Kevin. And instead, I would like to once again offer my congratulations to the team and to all of the partners on getting to this point. And I'd like to thank you all for taking time out of your very busy schedules to come here today to learn, to network, and to share information with your colleagues. So thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the day.